since we're talking about rent earlier and also apartment complexes, depending on the situation, let me tell you about this story. Have you heard about the apartment complex Bill's woman who died $15,000 for breaking her lease?
I've seen the headline.
You see it in the headline? Well, reportedly, in San Antonio, Texas, after, unfortunately, an elderly woman passed away. She was like 91 years old. She passed away. She had 2 years left on the lease. Well, she had a 2-year lease, and she had 1.5 year to go through. Well, when she passed away, the apartment complex decided to send a bill for $1,500 for the remainder of the rent for that year's and a half lease, and also a $1,150 lease break of lease.
Wait a second. Break a lease too? Mm-hmm. Not only are they trying to charge her
the whole entire rent for the remainder of the lease.
She didn't break the lease. She literally passed away.
Yeah, I don't know how you can break a lease while you pass away, but that's what they're trying to go for. They're trying to build descendants, well, the next of kin, which is just her family members. The only one that they got in contact with was her son, essentially. They were trying to get in talks with a apartment complex. They just reportedly said they're going to take the security deposit and just try to do some cleaning and do some renovating to the room before they turn around and sell it. But I just see this as utterly ridiculous.
That is very, very, very unfortunate and sad at the same time, because I don't feel like they have to go that extreme and say that she broke the lease because she literally passed away. I'm pretty sure she wasn't expecting to pass away. And on top of that, I play devil advocate because it is a business. I could understand, okay, you take the security deposit, maybe a month, maybe 2 months, however long it takes you to remove the belongings, you charge the estate or the next of kin. But I can't understand trying to charge them for the full duration of the lease. That doesn't make sense to me. And I'm like, when you were talking, I was actually Googling and I stumbled across this site. It says, despite with something, when a tenant dies, the lease remains active, which I didn't know. And this is good for me to know since I do rent. You should check with your state and local laws about your rights and responsibilities when it comes to managing a deceased tenant. Remember to be sensitive and professional when dealing with a tenant's death. Always keep excellent records of any actions you take regarding the property and contact the extended family. And it says what happens to the lease, the deceased tenant's property, debt, and contact was transferred to the estate or next of kin. This means that the lease agreement does not automatically end when a tenant dies. In most states, a landlord can hold an estate accountable for any unpaid rent for the remainder of the lease terms. However, a compensate landlord will work with the family and allow them to end the lease and move the deceased belongings. And that should have happened in this case. I understand, like I said, like a month or two, maybe like, hey, she had enough, she put down enough to cover this, but we need this, and we need you guys to have this. You know, set a date, be compassionate. But people are greedy, and we just did the whole story about how they managed to price hike the rent. So I'm not too shocked with these dirty landlords. But this is just, I wish they put the name of the apartment so they could be on blast for this, because maybe no one should rent there anymore.
Everybody should probably vacate the fucking building. But at the end of the day, if I ran an apartment and somebody unfortunately passes away, I'm not charging them anything. I wouldn't, because for one thing, I'm not a fucking asshole. Yeah, I'm calling everybody out in that situation. Everybody who is fucking, greedily fucking rubbing their thumbs, go like, yeah, we're gonna get our family members because their family passed away, and then we get a fucking year's worth of rent in one day. Fuck you. I hope you have something shoved up your ass so far where you become a puppet. But if I was in that situation, and at the end of the day, I'll be like, hey, look, no matter what, the apartment is going to sell again. No matter what, You're going to have somebody else come into that apartment and live there. You're going to get your money regardless.